It's a great day, everyone. Welcome to the podcast where we highlight the success stories of business owners and professionals making strides in the community. I'm your host, Andre Wright, owner of the Wright Consult Digital Marketing. We are excited about our guest today. Today we have Lisa Goldenthal, or Lisa G, executive business coach, speaker, and best-selling author. Lisa, welcome, and how are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited, Andre, to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I'm really excited to sit down and talk with you. You know, I know that you're very influential in the community and you're doing big things with your podcast. I know that
Thank
you'll
you.
bring a lot of value. So just to jump in, I want you to tell our audience about your background and how you started in the coaching space.
Oh, thank you for that question. I really love helping people. It really started somewhat from my own pain of having been in the fitness business my whole life, health and wellness, teaching people, training people, coaching people, being in the business side of fitness, and just passionate about making a difference. And yet at the same time, I was struggling a lot of times with my own weight. Like in the summer, I'm from New York originally, I would always be like, oh no, I'm going on vacation, I'm going to the beach, I gotta look amazing. And I would be, all good during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. I felt like I was chasing a cat by the tail. Like by the time it was the weekend, I was like, oh, I've been so good all week. I work out all the time. Let me just eat and drink like a wild animal. So I'd like binge eat and drink so much on the weekend. And then every Monday I would be zeroing out. And I tried every single crazy diet there was my whole life. And I finally was frustrated. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So then I started getting into developing my system, the Boss Weight Loss System, 6 Steps for Permanent Success. And that became my international best-selling book, which was voted Best Diet Book in Los Angeles in 2019. And I just feel like I don't want other people to struggle the way that I struggle all the time, when most New Year's resolutions are around weight loss and fitness and living a healthier lifestyle. And I want to impact a lot more people than I can just one-on-one like this. I want to make a bigger impact, and that's why I launched the Whole CEO with Lisa G podcast, helping people go from stuck to unstoppable, because there's been many times in my life where I've felt stuck, and I want to be unstoppable, and I want to help other people never face that yo-yo, up and down, weight loss roller coaster.
And Lisa, you're speaking to me because I thought that I was the only person. Sometimes I try to lose the weight, but I would lose 7 pounds, and then in the next couple of weeks I gained back 8. So it's so hard. It's funny you mentioned the roller coaster and how difficult it is. So I know you have to be strict and to be focused to get it done. So what's your secret?
It's really simple. I mean, weight loss is simple, but it's not easy. If it was easy, we really would just all not make those resolutions every New Year's to lose weight and get fit and have a healthy lifestyle, and every Monday have that same, okay, today I'm going to start. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to work out. My system is simple. The system is simple. You just need accountability. You need a coach that holds you to the highest level of accountability to do the things that you said mattered. So I believe weight loss and fitness is best accomplished with baby steps. Just take it one step at a time. Habit change is best accomplished with one step at a time. So in my 6 Steps of Permanent Success, I really talk in the beginning of the book, in the Boss Weight Loss, about finding your why. Why is being healthy important to you? Being in a global pandemic, it drives the point home right now that your health is your wealth. And I truly believe your health is your wealth. So once you get to that deep why, then you have to have a vision of what you want, why do you want it, and by when. And then once you have your vision and you know your why, it's a mindset piece. You got to set your mind up for success every single day. I will not get out of bed in the morning until I've listen to some positive meditation or podcast, something to set me up for success, instead of the fear and the worry and the negative programming that just loops around like a negative loop in our mind. Sometimes up to 80% of our thoughts are negative. So I like to set my mind up for success with a morning routine, and that's the foundation of success in my program.
Fantastic. And you touched on something, mindset. And I think that's a secret sauce, because I mean, whatever you're doing, if you have the right mindset to accomplish that goal, you will definitely achieve it. But Lisa, I want you to tell our audience who would be your ideal client for coaching.
Oh, thank you for that question, Andrea. I really do well with executives that have everything together in their life, and they just need someone to hold them to the highest level of accountability to make sure they have some kind of a work-life balance where they value their own health. Because so many times really busy people, they build their life and their business and their family and neglect their own health, and that is not good. I overheard my business coach, David Meltzer, today speaking about when you have your health, you can have 1,000 wishes, but when you don't have your health, you only have one wish. And you don't want to get to the end of the line where you're ready to retire and just drop dead because all you did was build a really successful company and your family and neglect your own needs.
Yeah, you're perfectly right, and you said it perfectly before. Your health is your wealth. You know, that's
It is.
what
It
is
really
important.
is.
That's what
It's
is important.
everything.
So, I want you to tell our audience about some of your coaching success stories.
Oh, okay. Well, one of my clients last year actually lost 40 pounds, and he's a very busy executive. And it was simple. I find that busy people are my best clients because I don't need to take up a lot of your time. I'll give you a plan. You already are a very routinized person because people that are successful have steps and systems. So once I give them my simple steps and systems, I hold them accountable. They know they're going to be talking to me tomorrow morning. Just that alone keeps them on track. They will eat the things that I say, the right foods at the right time, do their exercise because I'm holding them accountable to hit those goals that they said mattered for them.
Fantastic. Accountability. That's. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's super important in the process. But just to follow up, I want you, or just to expand on that. I want you to tell our audience about your process. Say I come on and say, hey Lisa, I want you to be my coach. What's your process?
Well, I'm really all about timing of meals. So what you eat is important, when you eat is important, and staying properly hydrated is important, and exercise is important. So those are like your building blocks to having a healthier lifestyle. Of course, the morning routine with the mindset is also part of it. So do you want me to get into a little bit about meal timing?
No, that would be great. What I'm trying to get at, if you take me on, would be meal timing would be the focus to start with, or it would be a pattern to work out. How do you start it? Start the
Would you
process.
say that if you lost 10 pounds, would that be a goal? If weight loss is a goal, I would start with the meal timing.
Okay. So if weight loss is a goal, you start with the meal timing.
Yeah, because 80% of getting fit and living longer and having a happier, healthier lifestyle is what you eat and when you eat. And I'm obsessed with aging in reverse. So it's going to be my birthday in like 2 weeks, and I'm not going to get older. I'm like Benjamin Buttons. I want to get younger. So
yeah, you look like a teenager.
oh, thank you. I'm not. I'm nowhere near that. I mean, I'm that times 3. So the point is, what you want to do is you want to think about aging gracefully. And with meal timing, I usually eat my meals between let's say 12 and 8. So before that, I just have water with lemon and coffee. and just stay busy. Keep my mind focused on something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then I eat most of my meals between 12 and 8. And that one simple shift, like I said, habit change and results are best accomplished one step at a time. So I say just take that one step. You don't have to see the whole staircase like Martin Luther King said. Just take it one step at a time.
No,
You don't have to
definitely.
see all the steps. You just need to say, if I take this one action, I'm going to then elevate my human growth hormone levels, which naturally decline after 20. And that's my fountain of youth secret right there, is that intermittent fasting, it'll put your body into a state where you become a fat burner rather than a sugar burner. So who wouldn't want that?
Yeah. So I mean, and what you mentioned a while ago, not eating before 12, that has to be a learned behavior, right?
That's
Because
not easy. Like I said,
it's not
it's
easy.
simple, but it's not easy. If it was easy, nobody would be feeling the same way that you have felt in your life and that I have felt in my life, that pain of the roller coaster. Because so many times people binge eat at night, and with a meal timing, which is a meal pattern, if you know all your meals are between 12 and 8, that just takes that problem right away. You can't eat after 8.
Right. So what's the biggest? What does this solve immediately? The meal timing. When I shut it down before 12
Yeah.
and shut it down after 8, what does that solve?
Well, immediately you're going to be burning calories while you sleep. You're going to be in your fat burning mode. So you're elevating your metabolic rate. And the way that we used to think about food and meals, that you need to be eating small meals all day long to keep your metabolism going, that might not be true anymore.
Mm,
It might not be good for your gut health, and it might not be good for your digestion to always be processing food. So what I say is this is a science-backed system. There was actually a doctor that won the Nobel Prize in medicine in 2016 on a process that happens within your body during times that you don't eat, called autophagy, which
mhm.
is a cellular regenerative process. And his name was Dr. Ashumi. And this is all the really good things that happen in your body during times when you don't eat. So not only are you going to lose weight because you're eating less, but you're also going to be healthier and aging better, elevating your human growth hormone levels.
Nice, nice, fantastic gems right there, and thank you for that. I know our audience gonna definitely, see value in what you mentioned a while ago. Lisa, I want you to tell us about your coaching philosophy.
Okay. I think the coaching is this, you just have to find somebody that you like and that you're going to want to speak to, because it's a very personal thing.
It's true.
Someone that you trust, someone that has the testimonials, they have the background, they're an authority in the space. But more than that, can you talk to them? Do you trust them? Can you be honest with them? Because it's not until someone is really open and honest with me that I can really help them. And
That's
they
true.
can't try to be a lone wolf. Instead of trying to be a lone wolf and be like, oh, I'm going to just Google this. If that worked, everybody would be skinny and not making those resolutions. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to trust an expert. And just that my philosophy is that you do the steps that I tell you. Forgive yourself if you fall down. We all hit plateaus. Find somebody that can be like, okay, well, we tried this, that's not working, let's try something else. Just somebody that you can report to on a consistent basis. And I find accountability is the cornerstone of my coaching.
Fantastic, fantastic. And Lisa, someone would be listening and they're saying, what Lisa is saying is fantastic, but I know there are a lot of coaches out there with different methods, and sometimes it could be confusing. What would you say? What separates you from the competition? What's
I
unique?
think my testimonials on my website and on my LinkedIn speak for themselves. I know what I'm doing. I get results with people.
Sure.
I had another client who I helped lose 25 pounds recently. We had a girls' retreat, and it was supposed to be fun, and we're all supposed to exercise and do all this stuff. And this was before the pandemic. And we were just looking at her habits, and just this one habit that I could change, where she thought she had to have wine every night to relax. I taught her a different way to look at things, and she could still have wine occasionally, but she said sometimes people just have one little habit that I can see and I can help them with, and then just that one little tweak of the less wine at night, intermittent fasting, exercising, all those good things, and she lost 25 pounds.
Wow, wow, wow. That's a coaching success right there.
So
And
you
so,
got to go with somebody that you like, that you trust, that can get you the results. And don't be afraid to ask for help. We all need help. All the best athletes, the top leaders in our country, we all had coaches and leaders to hold us to the highest level of accountability. Sometimes your coach has to believe in you more than you believe in yourself because you've let yourself down so many times. So
that's
I
good.
hold that faith and belief in my clients, even if they don't believe themselves at the time.
Yeah, that's great, Lisa. That's great. Lisa, I know you touched on it initially, but talk to us about your book, your bestseller book.
Oh
Tell
yeah, the boss weight loss.
yes.
It's really simple. Like I said, it's just 6 steps to permanent success. It was voted best diet book in Los Angeles, and it's just all of my lessons that I've learned. It's all about the mindset piece in the beginning, all the stuff that you need to get in place with knowing your why, having a vision, having the mindset, having the morning routine, knowing what to eat, knowing when to eat, and how to work out. And then what to do when you plateau and how to get back on.
Of
We
course.
all fall down.
No, definitely, and some fantastic steps in your book. Uh, so behind, what inspired you though? Because sometimes we all have these plans and we procrastinate and we just don't do it. So what inspired you to relaunch this or put out this book?
Well, to me, it was really founded from my own pain of being stuck in my life and just wanting to help other people be unstoppable and have someone to show them who's just a few steps ahead of them that, if I can do it, you can do it. Here's an example. Just follow my steps. I want to help people, more people, reach more people than I can just one-on-one by having the book, having the podcast, having the social media channels, and just really just being there so that people don't have to keep, that definition of insanity where you're just like repeating the same behavior, expecting a different result is the very definition of insanity. I think Helen Keller might have said that at first.
Mhm.
It's true. So sometimes you just need to find somebody who's a couple steps ahead of you that can show you the way.
That's great. That's great. And Lisa, I think you touched on it initially when we were talking. We are in the greatest pandemic of all time, right? How has this impacted you, or your business, and also your clients?
Well, it lit a fire under my butt like it was
Wow.
caught on fire and I've never stopped. Like I've been insanely driven since March. It was like on my birthday when everything shut down and I was supposed to do this, I was supposed to do that, I was supposed to go skiing. And then it was like, then at 8 p.m. the night before my birthday, like all the ski mountains in California, Utah, and Colorado shut down. So there was all my plans were shut down. And a lot of times my clients that I used to be able to see one-to-one, I couldn't see anymore. So just lit a fire under my butt to make a bigger difference in the world. And along the way, I've had so many stops and starts and so many painful experiences that I just really wanted to take a stand for other people to do the hard things and push through the hard things and keep going no matter what. Dream big. You can accomplish anything. And I just feel like everybody that I know, every client has been touched by this. Every business has been touched by this. And I of course, was touched by this. So I wanted to just keep going, inspire other people to keep going. Even though throughout the year I had my YouTube channel stolen, I had all kinds of stuff happen to me. A lot of people I couldn't see all of a sudden. And I was just, everything that happened, I was like, I'm going to learn everything I can to keep going and just inspire everybody to do the same.
And Lisa, that's a powerful point there. And that's what life is all about. Don't stay down and be stuck. Always try to move forward. That's going to definitely propel you and give you that energy to take it to the next level. And you explained that clearly. And obviously, people may look at this pandemic as the worst thing, and they may be demotivated and depressed. But you mentioned that this pandemic lit a fire under you. You're
it
more
did.
confident, right?
It's not what happens to you. It's how do you either respond or react. And even though there have been times where I was like, holy crap, it's just, that's not my final response. I'm just like everybody else. It was hard. 2020 was a very challenging year. And it's like, okay, what are we going to do with it?
Yeah. As you mentioned, for all of us, it has been, 2020 was really challenging. You had to reassess and pivot and find ways to move forward. So my next question, what if you would say, I know we spoke about not having the right mindset, being stuck. If you could tell us some other thing, what are the common mistakes individuals typically make from your standpoint that it's like an impediment to their success?
Well, number one, I already mentioned, was trying to think you can do it all yourself and trying to lone wolf it. Another mistake is trying to just do it all and bite off too much too soon. Like to wake up on January 1st and be like, I want to be healthy. I want to live a healthy lifestyle. I'm going to run a marathon. I'm going to eat only kale. No alcohol for me. And that's not sustainable. So like I said, just baby steps, just pick one step. What is one step that you can take today that'll move you closer to your goal? Once you get that step into your routine and it becomes just part of who you are, then add another step. Don't try to do it all the first week of January.
Fantastic. Lisa, I can't believe we are almost out of time. I mean, we have been, you have been dropping gems and giving us value, and really enjoy the conversation. But I want you to tell us, if you could say one thing you need to invest more time in, what would that be?
Well, my biggest goal is organization. I think I mentioned this to you earlier, but I feel like I'm in a class right now. I love studying. I love learning. And one of my coaches, David Meltzer, who I'm studying with now, I also interviewed him for this podcast. The Whole CEO with Lisa G says to be a student of your calendar. And my problem is I have acquired ADD as an entrepreneur of trying to do so many things that I can sometimes lose focus. So my promise to you, starting tomorrow, I'm going to be a student of my calendar and do the things that I said I was going to do instead of you said procrastination. It's like there's different ways we all self-sabotage. It's like, then deal with it. Okay, so I got to deal with the fact that I'm not that organized, so I'm going to have to put things in my calendar, remember that they're there, and do the things that I said I was going to do. And I think it's just, that's my investment I need to make, is some organizational stuff.
That's a fantastic answer, and I have no doubt that you will overcome that challenge. And Lisa, before we leave, how can our audience reach you if they're listening or watching and want to get a hold of you right now? How can they reach you?
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm easy to find. I'm all over social media. We met on LinkedIn, so I'm Lisa Goldenthal on LinkedIn. My podcast is Whole CEO with Lisa G. So it's all little tips and hacks and tricks to become unstoppable in your mindset, your business, your health, your wealth. So subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcast, and Lisa G Fit on Instagram, Lisa Goldenthal, or Lisa G Fitness on Facebook. And then Lisa G Fitness is just my business.
Fantastic. And we could get your book on all those platforms, right?
Yeah, the book is on Amazon, and please find me on all of those places and follow me on social media. I always put out lots of free content.
Fantastic, fantastic. Lisa G, thank you so much for sharing the time with us tonight. We really enjoy the conversation. And again, thank you. And until we talk again, have a nice night.
Thanks, Andre.